The rain was still falling when he said it. In front of the hotel lights, in front of his staff, in front of strangers. Mr. Carter pointed at his driver and shouted, "Mr. Carter, you are useless, Eli. Useless! I should have fired you long ago." Guests turned to look. The bellboy froze. Eli stood by the black car, clothes a little wet from the rain, his hands shaking on the steering wheel. His eyes dropped to the ground. He did not answer. He just whispered, almost to himself, "Eli, I'm sorry, sir." Mr. Carter rolled his eyes, snatched the car keys, and threw them at Eli's chest. "Mr. Carter, stand there. Don't move. Don't touch anything. People like you only know how to mess things up." He walked into the hotel, proud, angry, and loud. But in less than a few minutes, right inside that same hotel, the useless driver's secret would be exposed, and Mr. Carter's world would flip. If you were standing there in that rain, whose side would you be on? The rich boss? Or the silent driver? The morning had started like any other at the mansion. The gate was tall. The house was huge. Everything was shiny, except the people who worked there. Eli stood near the car, polishing the side mirror with an old cloth. His shirt was clean but faded. His shoes were shining because he cleaned them himself. From inside the house, a voice shouted, "Mr. Carter, Eli, where are you? Do you want me to drive myself now?" Eli quickly straightened up and ran to the front door. "Eli, coming, sir." Mr. Carter walked out in a sharp suit, phone in hand, Bluetooth in his ear. He didn't even look at Eli. "Mr. Carter, open the door. And don't scratch it. This car costs more than your whole life." Eli quietly opened the back door. Mia, Mr. Carter's teenage daughter, came after him. She had a school bag on her shoulder and tired eyes. Mia softly, "Good morning, Eli." Eli smiled a little. "Eli, good morning, Miss Mia." She noticed his wet cuffs. It had rained early morning and Eli had been outside. "Mia, you were here since 6 a.m. again?" "Eli, someone has to make sure the car is perfect for your dad." Inside the car, Mr. Carter was already yelling on the phone. "Mr. Carter, no excuses, Daniel. The investor is coming today. This deal will make us bigger than all our competitors. I want everything flawless. No mistakes. Do you hear me?" He hung up and leaned forward. "Mr. Carter, Eli, if you mess up anything today, just disappear. Do you understand?" Eli's fingers tightened around the steering wheel. "Eli, yes, sir." They started driving. The sky was dark. Rain hit the windshield. Traffic was heavy. Suddenly, Eli felt something strange in the car. A small vibration. A weird sound from under the hood. His ears picked it up at once. He had heard many cars in his life. This sound was not normal. "Eli, sir, I think we should stop and check the car. I feel something is wrong with the brakes." Mr. Carter exploded. "Mr. Carter, are you a driver or a mechanic now?" "Just drive. We are already late." Eli swallowed. "Eli, sir, it's not safe. If the brakes fail—" Mr. Carter cut him off. "Mr. Carter, don't teach me about safety. I bought this car last year. It's worth more than everything you've ever owned. There is nothing wrong with it. The problem is you." He leaned forward, his voice hard. "Mr. Carter, people like you always find excuses. Just do your job and shut up." Mia looked from her father to Eli. She could see the fear in Eli's eyes. Mia softly, "Dad, maybe he's right. It's raining a lot. We can just stop for a minute." Mr. Carter waved her off. "Mr. Carter, you stay out of this, Mia. You're too soft. That's why people use you." He sat back, annoyed. The car reached the hotel driveway. Tall glass doors. Red carpet. Security. Staff standing in a line. Eli stepped out and opened the back door. A drop of rain hit Mr. Carter's blazer. Mr. Carter turned and glared at Eli. "Mr. Carter, you couldn't even park under the canopy? Are you that stupid?" He raised his voice so that everyone could hear. "Mr. Carter, you are useless, Eli. Useless." Eli felt everyone's eyes on him. The bellboy. The receptionist at the glass door. Even Mia stood frozen. His cheeks burned with shame. If you were Eli, what would you do? Answer back? Or stay quiet to keep your job? "Mr. Carter, stay outside. Don't come inside and embarrass me." He turned around and walked toward the hotel entrance, shoulders high. Just then, a deep, firm voice came from behind them, from inside the lobby. Voice: "Is that how you talk to your team, Mr. Carter?" Mr. Carter stopped walking. Slowly, he turned. Right there in the lobby stood the man he had been trying to impress for weeks. Mr. Daniel Kane, the billionaire investor. And he wasn't looking at Mr. Carter. He was looking at the useless driver. For a second, everything went silent. The sound of the rain. The echo in the big marble lobby. Even Mr. Carter's breathing. Mr. Carter forced a smile and walked in. "Mr. Carter, Mr. Kane. So good to finally meet you in person. I'm sorry you had to see that. My driver is always making mistakes." Daniel raised his hand. "Daniel Kane, I wasn't talking to you." He walked past Mr. Carter, past the shining pillars, right up to Eli. Eli stepped back, confused. "Eli, yes, sir." Daniel's face softened. "Daniel Kane, Eli, right?" Eli's eyes widened. "Eli, you remember me?" Daniel smiled. Mr. Carter's smile slowly disappeared. He looked from Daniel to Eli, totally lost. "Mr. Carter, wait. You know my driver." Daniel turned his head slightly. "Daniel Kane, your driver." He looked almost angry now. "Daniel Kane, is that how you see him?" Mia stared, her mouth a little open. This rich stranger knew Eli? Daniel turned back to Eli. "Daniel Kane, last month, at a small roadside garage. My car broke down. No one helped. Mechanics were trying to cheat me. Then you came." A memory flashed in Eli's mind. A black SUV. A man in a simple jacket. A worried driver. A bill with extra charges. Eli had stepped in, checked the car himself, and told the truth. "Eli, I just told them not to overcharge you, sir. It was only a loose cable." Daniel nodded. "Daniel Kane, you saved me that day. Not just my money. You saved my time and my trust." He looked at Mr. Carter now. "Daniel Kane, I didn't know back then that he worked for you. But when we spoke on the phone, your voice sounded familiar. Then I checked my notes from that day." He tapped his temple. "Daniel Kane, the man who helped me was named Eli. He said he was a driver trying to study business at night." Mr. Carter blinked. "Mr. Carter, study what?" Mia whispered. "Mia, Eli, you study?" Eli's ears went red. "Eli, just night classes, Mississippi. I didn't think it was important for anyone to know." Daniel smiled. "Daniel Kane, it was important to me. That's why, Mr. Carter, I agreed to come to this meeting." He stepped closer. "Daniel Kane, not because of your company. Not because of your big building. Because of him." Mr. Carter's face lost color. "Mr. Carter, because of Eli." Daniel nodded. Daniel Kane, I wanted to see what kind of boss he works for. I wanted to see if you value honest, hard-working people. He pointed back toward the entrance where Mr. Carter had shouted, Daniel Kane, and in less than 1 minute you showed me everything I needed to know. The lobby was dead silent. The manager standing nearby held his breath. The receptionist pretended to type but was listening to every word. Mr. Carter forced a little laugh. Mr. Carter, Mr. Kane, you misunderstood. I was just pushing him to do better. You know how these drivers are. They make excuses. Daniel's eyes turned cold. Daniel Kane, these drivers. He looked straight into Mr. Carter's eyes. Daniel Kane, people like him built my company. People like him worked nights, skipped meals, took buses for hours, while people like you sat in leather chairs and called them useless. Those words hit like a slap. Even Mia took a step back. Daniel looked at Eli again. Daniel Kane, you still have those ideas you told me about? The ones about making transport safer and cheaper for workers. Eli's heart jumped. Eli, you remember that, sir? Daniel nodded. Daniel Kane, you thought I wasn't listening in that garage. But I was. Your ideas were smarter than half the presentations I see from CEOs. Mr. Carter swallowed hard. Mr. Carter, ideas? You were talking to my driver about business ideas. Daniel did not even look at him. Daniel Kane, tell me something, Mr. Carter. Has he ever shared those ideas with you? Eli slowly spoke. Eli, I tried once, sir. I wrote them on paper. I knocked on his office door. But he said he doesn't have time to read things from drivers. Mia's eyes filled with tears. Mia, Dad, is that true? Mr. Carter opened his mouth, then closed it. Daniel shook his head slightly. Daniel Kane, of course. He took a deep breath. Daniel Kane, let's do this. The meeting room is ready, right? The manager nodded quickly. Manager, why yes, sir. Everything is prepared. Daniel looked at Eli. Daniel Kane, then today. I want Eli in the meeting. Sitting at the table. Not outside with the car. He turned to Mr. Carter. Daniel Kane, if that is a problem for you, I can leave right now. And take my investment somewhere else. Maybe even with him. Mr. Carter's heart dropped. If you were in Mr. Carter's place, what would you do now? Hold on to your pride? Or swallow it to save everything you built? Mr. Carter's lips trembled. Mr. Carter quietly, no, it's fine. He can join. Daniel nodded. Daniel Kane, good. Then let's see who is really useless. The meeting room was huge. Glass walls. Long wooden table. A large screen at the front. Executives sat with their laptops open. They whispered when Eli walked in. Executive 1, is that the driver? Executive 2, why is he in here? Eli could feel all the eyes on him. His palms were sweaty. His heart was pounding. He stood near the back, unsure where to sit. Mr. Carter walked in, trying to look normal. Daniel followed, calm and serious. Mia slipped in and sat quietly in a corner chair, watching. Daniel moved to the head of the table. Then he turned and did something no one expected. Daniel pulled a chair near him and looked at Eli. Daniel Kane, sit here. Next to me. Eli's throat tightened. Eli, sir, I'm just... Daniel shook his head. Daniel Kane, you're not just anything. Sit. Slowly, Eli walked to the front and sat near Daniel. Mr. Carter's face burned with silent anger and shame. The presentation began. Mr. Carter clicked the remote and spoke in a confident voice, but his hands shook. Mr. Carter, So, as I was saying, our company plans to expand. We will buy more luxury cars, hire more top-level clients, and... Daniel raised a hand. Daniel Kane, stop. The slide froze. Daniel looked bored. Daniel Kane, this is fine. It's what every big company says. But I heard something more interesting once. From a driver in a small garage. He turned to Eli. Daniel Kane, you told me rich people have cars. Poor people have feet. But everyone has somewhere important to be. Do you remember? Eli blushed. Eli, yes, sir. I said that. Daniel smiled faintly. Daniel Kane, you said, if companies helped their workers travel safer and cheaper, they would work better, stay loyal, and feel human. Right. Eli nodded. Daniel, go on. Tell them. Eli looked around the room. All these rich executives. Fancy watches. Expensive pens. He took a deep breath. Eli softly at first. I just thought, instead of only caring about rich clients, maybe the company could also help the drivers, the maids, the office staff, the ones who take buses for hours, stand in the rain, like me. He grew a little stronger. Eli, we can create a system, a simple app or schedule. The company cars are always parked after dropping the boss. They sit in the garage for hours. But other workers are still trying to reach home at night. He looked at Mr. Carter now. Eli, we could use those free hours. Drivers can do safe, organized pick and drop for staff. Low cost, but regular. Workers would feel respected. They would not quit easily. And the company would earn more, not less. Executives whispered again. Now their faces looked impressed. Executive 3, that's actually smart. Executive 4, we never thought of that. Mia smiled, eyes shining with pride. Mia, I always knew you were smart, Eli. Daniel nodded. Daniel Kane, when he told me this in a small garage, oil on his hands, I thought, this man sees people, not just numbers. He looked at Mr. Carter. Daniel Kane, yet you called him useless. Mr. Carter's mask finally broke. His shoulders slumped. He looked at Eli, at his hands, at his tired face. Memories flashed across his mind. All the times Eli waited outside in the sun, skipped lunches, stayed late at night, drove his daughter to school safely. And he had never even said thank you. Daniel pushed his chair back a little. Daniel Kane, here is my decision. I am ready to invest, but only on one condition. Everyone held their breath. Mr. Carter, quickly, anything. Name your terms. I'll agree. Daniel pointed at Eli. Daniel Kane, he leads this new project. Not as a driver. As project head. With a proper salary. A proper title. And respect. Silence. Mr. Carter stared at Eli. Mr. Carter, he? But he's just. He stopped himself. He could not say driver now. The word would choke him. Daniel's eyes hardened. Daniel Kane, if you can't respect him, I will happily take him to my company. Make him a manager there. You can keep your deal and your useless attitude. That was the moment. The moment karma stood in front of Mr. Carter like a mirror. His throat felt dry. His eyes stung a little. He looked at the long table, at the executives, at his daughter. She was looking at him with disappointment. Mia softly, Dad, please. Mr. Carter's voice finally broke. Mr. Carter, quietly, Eli. Eli looked up, shocked. In all these years, he had never heard his boss say his name so softly. Mr. Carter, I was wrong. His eyes filled with tears. Mr. Carter, I treated you like a thing, like a machine, not like a human, not like someone who thinks, feels, dreams. He stood up from his chair. In front of everyone, he walked around the table and stopped near Eli. Mr. Carter's hands shook. Mr. Carter, please forgive me. I called you useless in front of everyone. But the truth is, I was blind. I didn't see your value. A single tear rolled down his cheek. The powerful boss was crying in front of the poor driver. Eli's own eyes were wet now. Eli, sir, I never wanted you to beg. I just wanted a chance. To work hard. To be more than a driver. Daniel watched quietly. Daniel Kane. So what will it be, Eli? Do you want to stay? Or come with me and start fresh? Everyone held their breath again. Eli looked at Mr. Carter. At Mia. At the staff who had watched him struggle for years. Eli took a deep breath. Eli, I will stay. But only if things change. Not just for me. For everyone. For the cleaners. The office boys. The guards. No one should be called useless again. Mr. Carter nodded quickly, tears still in his eyes. Mr. Carter, I promise. I will change. We'll make this company a place where every person matters. Where no one is treated like trash. Daniel smiled. Daniel Kane, good answer. He held out his hand to Eli. Daniel Kane, welcome, Mr. Eli. Head of Worker Transport and Welfare Project. Eli's hands were still shaking, but this time not from fear. From joy. He shook Daniel's hand as everyone in the room clapped. Outside, the rain finally stopped. Sunlight touched the wet roads. Later that day, when they left the hotel, Mr. Carter walked beside Eli, not in front of him. He opened the car door himself. Mr. Carter, softly, thank you for not leaving me, Eli. Eli smiled. Eli, everyone deserves a second chance, sir. Even bosses. Mia laughed quietly and sat in the back seat. As Eli started the engine, he looked at the side mirror. In the reflection, he no longer saw just a driver. He saw a man with a future. And behind him, in the same reflection, Mr. Carter looked smaller, more humble, more human. Never call anyone useless. You don't know their story. You don't know their secret. Today they may drive your car. Tomorrow you might need them to save your life, your company, or your heart. Have you ever seen someone treated like they are nothing? What would you say to them now?